Hey, how's it? Cowboy Buzz here. How you doing? All right. So yeah, it's been a while since I made a Cowboys video. I just wanted to clump them together because there was so much things going on. I was like, I didn't want to go. Oh, this reaction here. This I just want to do it all in one. And first thing I know with all the coaches being fired and all that, we was waiting for that one coach to be fired, and like the whole sports media was waiting for this one guy to get fired. That was Mike McCarthy and all that. The one thing I can make sense of it is because I'm not bashing Dak and I'm defending Dak, but because of the way Dak performed this year, that's what makes sense. Because Mike McCarthy, his first year calling the offense, even though Dak had some freedoms, you know, to see Dak the way he's improved from the year prior, that's what helped and all that. So that's the only thing. I mean, the only thing would have pissed me off if there was somebody was to come out and said, "Well, the Cowboys are looking to there's a possible moving Dak and trading Dak, or outright just releasing him." Then I would have been freaking pissed. But I'm going to talk about more about Dak in another video and all that kind of stuff. But it was just something like because he's been so you know big part of the conversation as far as the Cowboys. I just gonna talk about that. Again, not gonna be defending Dak and not gonna be bashing Dak. It's just gonna be what my thoughts are, and all about that. Um, then Dan Quinn moved on being the head coach for the Commanders and all that. And while I'm gonna I respect the fact that Dan Quinn, Quinn we trust and all that kind of stuff. Quinn it to win it, you know, all the things I was saying prior, because of that 2026 season. But after a while, like all the takeaways that he did, which is very important to this team to this game, and all that kind of stuff, and the sacks and all that, which made sense. But then after a while, this started becoming this highlight reels for this team. There was no foundational toughness to this team. They never fixed the rush defense. And then after a while, the discipline side of it was starting to lose. So it's like, you know, all the highlights, all the catchphrases, all that kind of stuff. You can lose real. You can. It gets stale real quick and all that. So I was kind of like So then I was like, okay, let's get hire a fresh new coach. Someone with the energy and someone that's gonna focus on what it is to be. I was looking at the physical type of team, the teams. I was like, let's get somebody from there that's gonna make this team more physical, more tougher, more disciplined, and all that. You know. So that's what I wanted and all that. And as soon as I heard Mike Zimmer's name, I was like, okay, Cowboys are gonna go back to the well. You know. But then I had to be honest and think about it, man, because I remember how Mike Zimmer was, and what we can say like relatable and all that kind of stuff and all that. Mike Zimmer is gonna bring that old fashioned holding players accountable, calling them out, basically, basically, kicking ass and taking names kind of thing. That's the thing about Mike Zimmer and all that. Like for example, even though like you make a mistake and then you make up for it, Mike Zimmer is not gonna let that ride. He was like, okay, yeah, you made up for that one mistake you did, but come on, if you wouldn't have made this, we wouldn't have to say, oh, you made up for it. If you would have done the job the first time around. So that's the thing about Mike Zimmer. I'm gonna really like and all that. I did like the fact that we did keep Al Harris just because I see a bright future with him, and then on top of that too is like the players like him and all that. So it could be a thing where he could be either an extension of what Mike Zimmer's trying to get a call, but at the same time having it maybe soften the blows and all that kind of stuff. Like, hey, come on, guys, whatever. So yeah. Um, so now that the free agency frenzy coming up, now this recently, a couple of days ago, you hear about Tyron Smith, and the Cowboys are looking to part ways and all that, and they're not gonna resign him, and all that, and you know, what and even though like yeah, he's like okay, yeah, he broke down, yes, I agree with all that, like that's why I was always like we gotta get another left tackle, and then somebody will go up to me and I'll get mad because like, oh no, he's gonna be healthy this year. I don't want to rely on that and all that. I don't want to hope that he's more healthy and all that. But at the same time, too, I gotta say this, like, because yes, it's always about the name in front of the jersey. It's always gonna be that way. But it's players, like the teams that won us the Super Bowls. That's why, they we still talk about them to this day, and all that. You know, because of what they gave us and all that, what they what they was able to give to the name of the front of the jersey and all that. But ever since our last championship, it's been a constant wasted of talents. That win, Dexter Coakley, Tony Romo, Jason Witten, Andre Gerard. You know, some guys had to move on, like someone like Cornelius Bennett and Demarcus Ware had to move on to another team. Had to move on to another team and find success and all that kind of stuff. Des Bryant, and then Travis Frederick, whose career um, was cut short because of that. And with all of that, wasted. Look at all the players. Marion Barbarian, Zeke, the Markham Murray and all them. All these guys that we brought in and was able to give us things to cheer about and all that, all wasted because of the way this team is being run and all that. And Tyron Smith is gonna be the next one. For be excellent for all those years, all those accolades and all that. It shows how talented he was, and that's what makes it more sickening. Is that we wasn't able to win championships with these guys and everything. So, that's all that's the thing and all that. So yeah. Finally, the one that got my attention the most was when I was looking on something and all of a sudden I see Jimmy Johnson quotations. I'm back in the fold. I went, wait, what is this? I was like, is he gonna be hired in the front office? He's gonna be working side by side with Will McClay, and Jerry's gonna give up all everything up, and Jimmy's gonna run the football operations. No, he's a supervisor. I was like, God, fine it. but then I had to look. I tried to look at the positive with everything, and yes, it's a good thing that Jimmy Johnson's back. Back in the fold with the Cowboys and all that kind of stuff. And I'm hoping for this 100%. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'm hoping that Jimmy is gonna be that one guy that's gonna be like Jerry. I don't know what he's gonna say, but Jerry, okay, stop and think about what you're doing right now, and then blah blah blah, and he's gonna give his opinion. He doesn't care if Jerry likes it or not. Simple as that. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about another video about Dak, and then I want to talk about something else that's really pissed me off. And like I said, someone that gave us championships, and that is Darren Woodson not being in the Hall of Fame. All right, that's my video. Mahalo for watching. Paniola boys, who you with? You know who I'm with. I'm with the Dallas Cowboys.